Howdy people, I am testing out the DJI Pocket 3 as a webcam. Hopefully it looks good. I have not adjusted any of the green screen settings. Let me go into filters. Who's that idiot that took over my stream at the start there? Hey everyone, it is Sunday, October 29th. Is it the 29th? It's the 29th. Just after 8 p.m. and the time right now is just after 8 p.m. Hello, good evening. Crikey's here. Vivian Johnson, Marge, Sheena Roberts, Laura Fry, Brad Palmer, Jennifer Gala, Fifi CL, Billy T, Jeanette, did I already say her name? Maple Dubs, Sanjay and Kingston, Yahia, Brandon N, the ABX Girl, Naughty Brown, Kevin Hawthorne, Gertej, John Nicholson, Everett Clandenen, Pine Soul, Brendan. Okay, we're at the point now where I'm just going to keep reading the same names over and over again. Hello, Divyesh Patel, True Northman. Welcome to the stream. Let's, oh yeah, I had my comments up. Good thing I didn't have something embarrassing up on the screen there. Oops. So that video I played. Howdy people, I am testing. I actually, just as I was setting up this stream, I had the idea, why prepare for the stream and like get content ready and things to talk about when I can set up my new camera as a webcam and see how it works with the green screen. So that's what I was doing. And that's what this is. Yeah, I changed my hoodie and my t-shirt and did my hair, but that was literally 30 minutes ago. So I got it keyed in properly with the green screen, but you'll notice it looks a little rough. I haven't spent any time with like the lighting or the filters dialing it in. But with the iPhone, which I'm using, I have now, this kind of has my magic stylings to it or whatever. That's the difference in the webcams. I know a lot of you like don't care, but just look at how bad I look there. I look like a pale, pasty ass, I don't know, like someone who probably needs an IV pumped in them, filling them up with healthy stuff. So I'm thinking of maybe we'll start using the new camera because I can make that look as good as this. It just takes some dialing in. Like I spent a fair bit of time with this, getting this to look like this. And I spent no time with the DJI, but it's a better camera. It's a better sensor. Everything is better than this iPhone. This is an iPhone 12, by the way. So I don't know. I would like to use it as my webcam. So I will make it look better than this. This is 1080p. It can only do 1080p 30. And I'll show you guys the camera in a second, but let's have the second last beer in my fridge. This is Muskoka Brewery's Without a Paddle. This is dry hopped wheat beer, proudly and independently crafted in Muskoka. So cheers to everyone. Wing Zero says Merry Christmas. Alejandra says hi to Marie. It is almost Halloween. So let's first let's cheers. Let's get this open. Jelly Bean says hi, trick or treat. Hello, Jelly Bean. Let's get this going. Nice and refreshing. Cheers to everyone. And let's get a little Halloween costume going. Hopefully this doesn't like freeze my webcam or anything. What options do I have in this stupid thing? I can be a big head. Oh, I think I'm using different software than before. I don't have so many options with this. Let's just be a Jaguar. That looks pretty easy. Oh, hey, look. Switching to the Jaguar froze my face. Good job, iPhone. It's actually the iPhone that froze when I did that. Let me just fix this. Gotta love it when that happens. Now you can see. One sec, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this stupid crap working. Really, there we go. I'm a Jaguar. Was that really worth all that effort? I don't think so. Maybe we'll be a Jaguar for like a few seconds. Why am I setting this camera up? It's just going to freeze again when I turn the Jaguar off. And just like a real Halloween mask, I have to lift my mask up to take a drink. There we go. Is it going to freeze again? Don't freeze again. Don't freeze again. Maybe we'll just be big head. I think big head's better, right? And at least the microwave or the microphone doesn't get in the way. Should we just be big head? Brandon N says, has anyone tried Prince Street Pizza? I went with a buddy of mine on Thursday and it was jam-packed. Had to wait 2 hours in line, but the pizza was worth it. I have never tried it. Barbara says, this suits me. Yeah, asking if I'm going to join you guys on Thursday. I don't know yet. Yeah. I haven't seen... I don't look at my DMs on Instagram. Like, I look at them once a week. I'll take a look and see if there's anything there, and I'll get back to you. But don't, like, DMing me is, like, the worst way to get a hold of me. I don't really check those. So should I stay as Big Head? Should we stay as Big Head, or should we go back to, like, normal-ass looks? Maple Dubs likes the way this looks. Marge says the countdown froze at 60. Let's put up a quick poll here. Big Head. Let's use broken English. So I gave you 3 options. It's either good, it's no good, or it's a little good. Wesley, Mike T votes definitely normal. Jonathan says, rip Matthew Perry. Yes, he was Canadian as well. Apparently he drowned in a hot tub. Best known for being Chandler Bing on Friends. Also, the actor who played Bull Shannon on Night Court passed away as well, I think. I think he just passed away today. Richard something. I don't remember his last name, but yes, rip. Maybe this big head isn't the most appropriate way to be saying rest in peace to a few people. It looks like no good is demolishing the good votes. Let's go ahead and preemptively turn off big head here and hope that it doesn't... There we go. Now I'm just an emoji face. Maple Dub says, did Tyson really win? No. Boxing is a crooked sport. Dana White is killing himself or kicking himself over not co-promoting it and keeping Francis Ngannou in the UFC and letting him box because he is definitely missing out. But no, Francis Ngannou clearly won that fight. He landed the... Just look at them after the fight. Who would you rather be? One of them was like battered and bruised up, and the other one looked like he was ready to go party. I don't know. Here, let's open my mouth. Angry face. Happy face. Eyes closed. Oh, my hand doesn't do anything. Frown. Can I frown? Is this creepy? I don't know. Since you guys voted for no good, what else can we do? For this is all I'm doing for Halloween, by the way. This is it. We can go like all 8-bitty. Do you like that? I'm like a old school video game. What is this? Ooh, a little bit of retro, actually. Let me just turn that off here. No, I just changed my shutter speed. You need to be at... We're at 30 frames per second, so you need to be at 1/60. There we go. Let's just turn this shit off. And it didn't freeze. All right, we're back. We're back. Happy Halloween, everyone. That is all I'm going to do for Halloween. That is it. Maybe Tuesday night I'll go out and make a little Halloween video. I don't know, but that is it. Billy T says, take on me. That's what I was thinking. It had those like 80s like retro vibes. So the big news for me this week, if you've been, Adam says maybe a Halloweeny background. I think we've Halloweened it up, but that's not a terrible idea, I guess. Display capture, show. We can do the background that I already found for the thumbnail. Okay, there we go. That's as Halloween as we're getting. I could have done the moving backgrounds, but I haven't made any new ones. Barbara says any substances tonight. I was thinking about it, but I've been a very naughty and bad boy. I still have some like thumbnails to do and a video to prepare for tomorrow. Speaking of which, so if you're familiar with walking YouTube channels, and I'd like to think you are if you're new here, what started my channel was this thing. Well, I bought a GoPro, but the first ever like real walking video I did was this DJI Pocket 1. I got this like well over 4 years ago, and I actually have purchased several of these over the years. This is my remaining good one. I have one other one that sort of works good, and I gave it away to that 8-year-old budding Quentin Tarantino, who you've seen, who made a video for this channel actually last week. So all I've got is that, and then the Pocket 2 came out. Action Kid says I still have it. I don't believe it. I bought, I think, 3 of these things in total, but I have one that still has battery life. And then the real revolution came, the Pocket 2. This one lets me zoom in 2 times. Other than that, and slightly better exposure, it was very similar, actually. It was like, I bought it, but I would have been fine with the Pocket 1. And I ended up buying a few of these. This is my good one. This one never fails. This one fails sometimes. So this was like my shitty weather camera, because every once in a while it just stops recording and restarts itself. But the Pocket 2, and then the thing the whole world has been waiting for, literally like every single person who makes videos has been waiting for, what is stupidly called the Pocket 3. I don't think Pocket is a good name for it anymore, but the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is quite hefty compared to the 2. So this is what I've been rocking. Ken says I'm still using my 4-year-old Pocket 1. How does that thing have any battery life left? Like, are you like some kind of horse whisperer for DJI Pockets, Ken? Action Kid said I thought the Pocket 3 would never get released. The cool thing about this is GoPro releases a camera every year, and every year it's a piece of shit. Every year it's full of bugs, it overheats, because they're a slave to the yearly release cycle, right? They have to get it every year. DJI releases stuff when it's ready, and they take as long as they need. They do this with their drones, they did this with their action camera, and they did it with this. They took 3 years, because it took 3 years to make a meaningful upgrade for this. We have a 1-inch sensor. Action Kid says, and I wonder why they brought the Osmo name. Yeah, this is the Osmo Pocket. This is the DJI Pocket. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. They brought Osmo back, but they like the mic is the DJI mic, right? It's not like the Osmo mic. And the Action, I think it's now the Osmo Action 4, but it was just the Action 3. But the first one was Osmo Action. But anyways, this is the new one that has, you've seen 100,000 videos online already. But it's got the screen, but you can flip it this way, so it's smaller, which is cool. It seems to have much better built-in microphones, but on live streaming, as I discovered when I tested it with Action Kid watching, it crackles for some reason. But when I'm not live streaming, the mics don't crackle. And today I did something. I took this out and I clipped it onto my chest mount, and I made a scooter video with it. Here's a little preview of the video. Oh, this is quite pretty. See part of the cemetery just on the right. So that is the video I went out and made today. So at this point, I don't really know what the plan. This video is unlike any other video I have ever done before. All of this color was done by me. I recorded in log M, which is like the raw form. It looks almost black and white. And then I colored it myself using DaVinci Resolve. So this is my first ever attempt at color grading. I just wanted it to look, I don't know, I just wanted it to look like better than the way it does out of the camera. And I think it does. I think this like pops out a little better. I don't know. The gray is still gray. It's not like cool or overly warm or overly cool. I spent quite a while working on this. So this is my secret sauce that I'm going to apply to all of my videos. So hopefully it looks better. 99% of you say, I don't care. I don't care at all if the colors are a little different or if the sharpness is dialed down just a little bit. That's what most people are going to say. But someone like me does care. And at least now, since everybody and their uncle uses these cameras, my videos are going to look a little different. Most people just use the in-camera settings. So that is what I've been working on. Also, Jennifer Gala, since you were here, I have just uploaded my first ever HDR video. So that is going to be dropping. That's a night video. So if you have an HDR compliant display, that should pop a little bit more color-wise. It is HLG, not HDR10. So it's going to be, it's going to look okay in SDR, but it should look pretty good in HDR, but it doesn't quite hit 1,000 nits, and the blacks don't quite get as deep as HDR10. That's the big trade-off with HLG, but it still looks better. It looks better. So I'm gonna hopefully get that up soon. And I filmed a video for channel members and Patreon supporters today, and that one is also going to be in HDR. So there we go. You are all updated. Oh, also, I ordered the creator combo, but that is making its way from China. It is still coming here tomorrow. So we're going to just go with this. Jennifer Gala says, I watched the latest video from Virtual Japan and HLG looked really good. Yeah. I don't know what kind of secret sauce that guy's using, but I have a feeling those aren't the in-camera settings, because if you look at the black levels and if you look at the contrast, it's like beyond what the HLG spec is capable of. I think he color graded the F out of that and converted it to HDR, because he's got other forms of HDR, right? I think he's got one he recorded in D-Log and made it HDR, and you can't render a video in HDR10 and HLG at the same time. So I think his whole video was done in HDR and he just put the HLG part at the front, because it doesn't make sense to me how he did it. So that is HLG, but it's delivered as HDR. And anyways, mine won't look that good. It doesn't look that good. HLG can't look that good. I think he cheated. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Anyways, cheers. That's enough camera nerd shop talk. But when I get the creator combo tomorrow, I'll have a decision to make. Am I going to keep 2 of these, or am I going to send one back? Because they're not cheap. Devin Sullivan says, a lot of 3-letter words. Brad Palmer. Speaking of Brad Palmer, I think I was going to let you off the hook tonight, Brad. I saw a video. Look at this. I watched this. Old Fence with Scary Guy. What a creative name for that video, Brad Palmer. Everett Clendenin, $20 enjoying the video. Cheers to you, Everett. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Adam C., I'll get back to that comment in a second. That looks very interesting. But thank you very much, Everett C. I almost didn't make this live stream tonight.
Enjoying the video.
But yeah, check out Brad Palmer and go watch this video, Old Fence with Scary Guy. That's one of the more creative titles I think you've had, Brad. But it's good to see your channel booming. 515 subs. I think you got to 515 faster than me. Bill Chow says your videos are already A or A- in video quality. You are obsessed with getting A+. For me, content is more important. Why not do both? Why not do both? If I'm going to sit down and edit the video, why not get it a little better? I'm using a way higher bitrate than before, and I'm also using H.265. But anyways, thank you, Bill Chow. So there was a comment from Adam C. Have you ever seen walking banana videos? No, I have not. No, I have not. Vivian Johnson says, Johnny, I thought Brad was meeting up with Bigfoot. I thought it was something. Walking banana videos. Is this it?
What do bananas grow on?
Yes. Well, they're monocotyledons, and they grow up like that, and they grow on banana trees, they call them. But they're not really trees. They're not trees.
I clearly clicked the wrong thing. That has discount Jeremy Clarkson as the host. What did you say? No, this is not it. What did you say the channel name was? Let me scroll up. Justin says, I was riding my e-scooter on Wednesday and fell on the sidewalk, scraping my hand and bruised my head along with... Ooh, sorry to hear that, Justin. Hope you're doing well. That sucks. Walking banana videos. The Savannah Bananas? That's a baseball team. Banana, and I don't think this is a thing. I don't think this is a thing. Brandon N says Jeremy Clarkson wasn't the guy that used to host Top Gear. He was the guy that used to host Top Gear, and now he's on the Grand Tour. I will... Naughty Brown says Clarkson is hated here. I will watch anything with Jeremy Clarkson in it. Maybe he's a jerk. Maybe he's an asshole. But I just find him super entertaining. Like, he was like Anthony Bourdain level good. Like, I would watch anything with either of those guys. Peter says that's not Jeremy Clarkson, that's Stephen Fry. Yeah, that was my joke. That was my joke. Noni says, will your apartment/condo host a Halloween event for kids? No, I might get like a knock or two on the door. Probably not that much. Wing Zero says, please visit Toronto, Canada. You look a lot like Johnny Strides. He's a Toronto streamer. Yeah. Except that guy's a little too like straight and narrow, a little too boring. Doesn't really like drink or do edibles on his streams. Doesn't watch the Bears playing the Chargers midstream. Brandon N, $6.99. Who's your pick to win the World Series, Texas or Arizona? My pick is Texas. You know what? It's hard not to be salty about these two teams. Like, Arizona are basically the Toronto Blue Jays if we had competent general management, which we don't. Sorry, Alex Anthopoulos, come back. Arizona wouldn't be in the World Series, and we just don't like Texas, but I like this Texas team. I like watching this Texas team. They gave us one of the greatest walk-off wins in World Series history. I'm going for Texas. And their fans, they've suffered enough. They've suffered enough, right? They've had enough letdowns. They went from like first place on top of the world to out of the playoffs to like sneaking back into the playoffs. So good for them. I want them to win. I feel good for their fans, and that's it. Bill Chow saying Johnny Strides videos are minimum A-. Johnny Stubble's videos can be B or C-. Oh, if you ever want honesty, just ask Bill Chow. Thank you, Bill. Never change. Brandon says at least it's not the Phillies. They have the worst fan base. Yeah, fuck the Phillies and their fans. Sorry. They can all think of a Wild Thing giving up that home run to Joe Carter. If there is such a thing as hell, not really convinced, but if there is, I hope Phillies fans is just
the World Series, Texas or Arizona. My pick is Texas.
Is just Joe Carter hitting that bomb off of them over and over and over again. But thank you, Brandon N, for the $6.99. Cheers to you. MC says it's called Walking Banana. Walking Banana. Let's type Japan. Maybe that'll get us there. Is there a shtick here? Penguin Walk, Rambolic. Is this like a brand new channel? Sometimes when you're like a smaller or new channel, it's really hard to get any love, even from YouTube search. I remember when I first started out and I was making videos and like I was just trying to search for my own videos by the title and like they wouldn't show up and I was like, what the hell, YouTube? You definitely have to get on the algorithm's good side. Mike T says, I'm just glad the Astros aren't in it. They'll always be cheaters to me. Yeah, sometimes cheaters deserve a second, third, or fourth chance. We all have that special cheater in our life we've let redeem themselves, and then they do it again, and then we're stupid, and we're like, okay, come back. But not the Houston Astros. Fuck them, right? All right. Night City Walk in Tokyo. What's special about the Walking Banana? Whoa, look at that aspect ratio. What is he filming in? Is he just cropping this? You're uploading to 16:9 format. Give us 16:9. I do not like this cinematic black bar look. Also, his... What's he filming in here? There's really bad motion blur. I took an hour-long walk from the Ikebukuro station to Sunshine City and other places. We hope you enjoy the images and sounds. Well, I will subscribe to you, Walking Banana. I am a little concerned for your, like... Oh, he is uploading these because it would show it in 16:9 with the black bars. He is going with the ultra, or for the ultra cinematic look. Are all his videos like that? Or her? I don't, sorry. And are these in HDR? I can't tell, because if I'm on an HDR monitor, I would be able to see HDR here, but I'm not, so I can't tell. Nor do I want to cast this to my TV to find out. Maroof says, no, Johnny, a cheater is always a cheater. It's fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. The Houston, but eventually the Astros are going to have, like, I don't know. I don't think the Astros would cheat again. Barbara says, my granddaughter had the same. She has what's called a revenge bod now to get back at him. Hey, if it motivates you to get, I don't know what a revenge bod is, but I assume it's a good thing. Josephine Halligan says, William says, I have a YouTube channel. Let's check these out here. Let's check out William's. And we'll check out Josephine's channel. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. William, I like to be with family and friends. I love animals. I like to try different food. You know, I used to have a cockatiel called Benji. Or Benny. Benny was the name of the cockatiel. That thing ate all our walls, and we thought it was a boy, and then it started laying eggs. William. First of all, we're going to subscribe,
Hi,
William.
you guys, live from Oakville. I
Oakville.
want to shout out to my two close friends, Homozine and Todd Goldfinger. Happy Halloween, guys.
Well, William, I don't want to play your whole video because it's your video. People should be watching it on your channel, so you get credit for it, but I will definitely subscribe and like it. October 21, October... Oh, so you've just started 5 days, 3 days. I met William at a Starbucks a few years ago, making about a year and a half ago. Best of luck with the channel, William, and I'll be happy to bring this up and take another look at it in the future once you start getting some more videos up. But awesome, awesome stuff, William. And Josephine Halligan, October 21, you've put up Kingston Hill Park. We can be the first view of this. Beautiful fall colors. You are rocking 1080p. Dropping the camera. Oh, nope, getting down to take a look at. Is that a maple leaf? What is that? Barbara says, good luck with the fancy women when your bank is cleared out. In my experience, they don't have to be fancy to clear out your bank account. They just have to be clever. William is going to film in Toronto tomorrow. Oh, shit. It's almost the end of the month, and I have to decide. I have to decide between going back to... I have not turned this thing on in so long. iPhone, Android, what's it going to be? It's not as clear cut as you think, because I'm definitely going to be buying the S24 when that comes out. And that's going to be my phone. So the real question is the iPhone going to be my temporary phone until then? I don't know. I don't know. I agree, Barbara. Justin says, return the iPhone 15 and get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 FE. I'm going S24 Ultra. I want like a top of the food chain kind of phone. I've been with the S20 FE for a very long time. And I also want something that can like, I could make some videos and content with. That was one of the ideas behind the 15 Pro. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's adequate, I guess. I don't know. Apple sucks. Laura is here. Hello, Laura. Cheers to you, Laura. All the way from Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. Jennifer Gallus says, I'm going all in. Round of, I don't buy anything. Like, I don't buy clothes. I buy shoes. I buy expensive shoes. But other than that, I don't buy shit. So all my money goes into travel and like tech. And both of those are really for the channel and me selfishly. Jonathan says, do you think you'll get drafted when World War III starts? We've got 2 full-scale wars going on right now. All it takes is China to say, this is our chance to take Taiwan. And I think we have World War III. Will they draft a 42-year-old man? No, they won't. So I'm not too worried about that. I guess I'll be 43 by that time. Jennifer says the S23 Ultra is beyond awesome. The S24 will continue the tradition. I imagine it will. The only thing I don't like, I'll give Apple credit for one thing. I like the rounded corners. It just fits in like the palm of your hand more naturally when you're holding it. The S23 Ultra's got those like squared off corners, which it's already a huge phone. But I guess it's not a huge deal because it's like a use 2 hands kind of phone anyways. STM Metro says, when will the Galaxy S24 Ultra launch? Probably January or February, and they'll probably have their own variant of like the latest Snapdragon chip. I think hopefully no Exynos version, but probably they'll probably have their own variant of the fastest Exynos or Snapdragon, which are going to be faster. Sorry, Apple fans, but the A17 and the M3 are going to be getting a serious smackdown from the upcoming Qualcomm chips. It's and then you're going to have NVIDIA, AMD, and all the other companies jumping in. Apple is fucked when it comes to being the most powerful. Yeah, I'm just reading some of your comments. Justin, it's going to be an iterative. We don't need more performance out of phones. It's all about the camera and I guess now the AI. Hey, who just took off into the end zone? Who was that? Don't tell me that was Joshua Kelly. Oh God, was that Austin Eckler? I think my opponent has him. Chris Mill says, I like my Pixel. We're talking a lot. What comes up when I type Osmo Pocket 3 walking video? Action Kid. Action Kid comes up first. Then Watched Walker comes up second. And he did one in HDR. I think he's just using the HLG function. I DM both of these guys. So that's pretty cool. But Action Kid dominating the search. Action Kid says, well, when you're like one of the biggest walking channels on YouTube and you've got it in your title, you're probably going to come up, right? You're probably going to come up. And another excellent channel, Watched Walker. Andy T.O. That's not a walking video. That's not a walking video. Tiny pocket vlogging camera on a pole. What a weird title that is. Soul Walker got one. Night walk on Gangduk Street in Seoul. Osmo Pocket 3 low light. Did he do the low light mode though? No, he didn't, because this video is in 60 frames per second. You know, I recorded a video in the low light mode walks here. Low light test. This is using the low light mode. Look how this is only 30 frames per second, but the stream is, but it just looks so different from the regular. Like, there is light here that doesn't exist when you are like walking around. Like, where I was walking looks so dark in person, and then I get home and look at the camera and everything's all like super bright and super well lit. You definitely struggled with this. And take this thing out of. Yeah, like, enjoyed this one starting from Spadina. I don't know. I don't think the stream is doing it justice, but the low light mode is popping, but it's in 30 frames per second, and 60 frames per second looks pretty good. Jellybean says halos on lights. You know, in these conditions, you're never not going to get that unless you like put it in continuous focus mode and tap on the light and tell it to focus on the light. You're always going to get that. The one thing it really doesn't have though, if this were an iPhone, there would be like these green reflective dots floating all over the screen constantly. And like, you can see a few very faint white ones, but almost non-existent, So it is super impressive. So I'm going to be uploading that one in 30 frames per second, probably tomorrow. Then I've got one in HDR. That's going to be like, it's going to look like neon glowing out of your screen if you have a HDR monitor. That one, probably, I don't know. I got stuff to do, but you'll see those. Enough of this. Enough. Let's just get off of YouTube. We'll go to Reddit. William says, bye, Johnny. Congrats on the channel. Best of luck, guys. Check out William's channel, as well as Josephine Halligan. I just got to see how bad I'm doing in fantasy football. I am projected to lose now. 45% to 55%. That's not too bad. And the other team getting demolished. That sucks. Bill Chow says, I'm the 73rd like. Thank you, Bill Chow. Cheers to you. So this is the Toronto Reddit subreddit. Jellybean says, imaginary football? No. Real football, real players, imaginary teams. Let's not confuse those here. Oh God, I can't even see. How many people do we have watching this? I closed my thing that monitors like the stream and everything. We're at 205 people watching. Holy shit. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get us up to 7 point. Man, it feels like this channel is a very long, slow climb. Maybe releasing low quality content and lazy half-ass streams every week is not the way to grow a YouTube channel. Who would have thought? But thank you guys for doing that. Also, here, let me get my actual control panel back up so I can control the stream here. One sec. Live. We're back in. Down to 201 viewers. Automated ads turned off. You're welcome. Gertej says, I just hit 7.46. Brandon says, imagine if you had 1K viewers. That would be wild. On this channel, I don't think we've ever... I've had that on a number of streams on the Strides channel, but I've never had that on this channel. Hey, look at that. What happened to my thumbnail? Oh, it's just gray right there. And nobody watched my video, New Bike Lanes, Wellington Street. I got to rename that video and maybe make a new thumbnail. Devin says New Year's past that. Yeah, every New Year's stream I've done has been over 1,000. The Santa Claus parade, I think, was over. That one was way over 1,000. I think the St. Patrick's Day parade was over 1,000. The truckers convoy thing was over 1,000. I think I had one in Niagara Falls that was over 1,000 before. Yeah, we've had some pretty big streams before. Josephine says, have you heard about the death of the star? Well, not the star, one of the stars. But yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream. Along with, I think his name was Richard. Was it Richard Bull? It was Richard Bull. No, that's a different actor, Richard Bull. Bull from Night. Richard Mole. I'm sorry, Richard Mole. Hey, that guy had hair? He was bald as anything on the TV show Night Court. What else was he in? Sorry, I don't mean to go down this. Wow, he was busy. He was in a lot of stuff, but he'll always be Bull from Night Court. Harjot says, I only have 91 subs. 91 is good, Harjot. Keep up the good work. Keep at it. You'll be at 100 pretty soon. Roy Donald says, a lot of people are complaining the Wellington lanes are underutilized. They just open. Give it a chance. Yeah, it's one of those, if you build it, they will come. And I think Richmond and Adelaide on that side of town are going to be annoying with all the diversions going on. People, and it's winter. Like, the same thing happened, I think, with the Bloor lanes. Like, it takes some time. They will absolutely be utilized. We don't really have an east-west route on that end of the city other than Richmond and Adelaide that would take you further, though, right? I wish they would find a way to connect those Wellington bike lanes to the Esplanade, and then that could carry through to Mill Street. We'd have like a proper long bikeway that would go from like, and that would connect to River Street, right? Like, get it done, Toronto. Get it done. Stop building these little partial chunks of bike lanes. Just do the whole damn thing. I don't know. They've already got the East End sorted out pretty much all the way along Esplanade. Justin says, I'm planning to go on a trip to Southeast Asia, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Bangkok for 2 weeks. Any advice on staying in Bangkok? Because I'm planning to stay for 4 days there. I would stay in Sukhumvit, or Sukhumvit, if you want to be a tourist who pronounces it wrong. It's the most convenient place, but a lot of people like to stay around Kowson Road, but transit sucks there. There's a lot of good areas you can do, like spend a day, get the boat pass, go on the river cruise, spend a day doing that, spend a day neighborhood touring. Like Chinatown's awesome. There's some really cool neighborhoods around there. I don't know, there's all kinds of, like Bangkok, 4 days, you will be busy for 4 days. You will find enough to do for 4 days. You don't have to research or plan that. Just go. It'll be awesome. Jennifer says, I think they're planning on taking care of the Gardner. The Ontario government will take care of it. Hopefully they will demolish it. Do you know who our premier is, Jennifer Gala? Do you have any idea who our premier is? They will take the Gardner. They will take the Don Valley Parkway. They will privatize it to a company that will charge a toll and make way more money off of that toll than we ever would, while doing bare minimal maintenance, sticking the taxpayer with all kinds of unforeseen costs. That they are not taking the Gardner out of the city's hands to like lighten the tax burden. They would only do that if an election was like pending and they really, really needed like City of Toronto votes that typically go the other way. There's no chance in hell that isn't a vehicle to funnel money into like private bank accounts. Like, that's just the reality of this provincial government. That's all they do. Like, that's it. Same bullshit with the healthcare system. Dan says, what's the point of demolishing it? Where's all that traffic going to go? Studies show it shouldn't be. Lakeshore can actually handle the volume, and a lot of people will make other trips. So that would work. If I were in charge, honestly, I would probably just bury it. I know Boston Big Dig was a mess, but I think just bury it. Let's keep the capacity. It's still good for trucks. It's still good to get cars away from pedestrians and cyclists. Let's put it underground and open up that land. I think that would be incredibly expensive, but we should be able to do it. That would be my proposal. And there'll be 1,000,001 people telling me how many studies there's been and why we can never do it and why we shouldn't do it and why it'll be the most expensive thing in the history of time. But I will say, let's do it. And then maybe charge a toll on it. Anyways, sorry, Richard Mole. Jennifer says in Montreal, they did an amazing job demolishing the Bonaventure Highway. They did. I have seen a YouTube video on that before. Oh yeah, we were looking at Toronto, the Toronto subreddit. There's a documentary on how they wanted to build the Scarborough Expressway long before the DVP, but that didn't happen. Wasn't that supposed to be like the Gardner extending east and then kind of going up? John says, put the bike lanes underground. If they actually build bike lanes, I would be all for it. I hate this bullshit nonsense that is a multi-use trail. Like, let's get the people on bikes away from the people on shoes. Like, what a stupid idea to mix them together. They should never be mixed together. Anyways, no turn lane, no problem. Use the sidewalk instead. Oh, this is in the Junction at Dundas. Yeah, I'll just hop up on the sidewalk and turn right. And like, yeah, like these people aren't leaving you space so you can do that, asshole. That's funny. Why are you blurring out the license plate? You're not doxing anyone. License plates are public information. There's no need to blur out the license plate. You don't have to worry about anything. This jackass is driving around with its license plate in plain view. Put it on there. Maybe someone will recognize them and like tell them they're an idiot. 106 decibels. That's probably just a video of some car being way too loud. Something we have way too much of. How shrinkflation is impacting Halloween candy in Toronto this year. Let me guess. People are paying more but getting less, and it's smaller. That's shrinkflation for you. Bunch of police cruisers blocking Front Street near Union. You know what? Let me see something here. Walks. Members video. Why did I play that file? It's the wrong file. It is not moving anywhere. So this was filmed in HLG, and I haven't like graded it or done anything yet, so that's why it looks a little washed out. But this was... I was just cruising around with my camera on me, and I came across this on Yonge Street today. So I think this is what it was talking about. Jellybean says, I had to walk to Union yesterday. No subway again. You know, there was no subway yesterday. I was trying to go downtown at night to make a walking video. I get to Eglinton, and the sign says, Line 1, service is normal, closure between St. Andrew and St. George. I'm like, that's normal. And then when I get down to the platform, there's like this, and someone's like, what? And they're like, oh, there's no power. The whole subway line is down. So then I find myself like waiting outside for 30 minutes with a whole bunch of people for shuttle buses that never came. And I'm refreshing like the TTC service alerts. And then it's like, subway service has resumed. And like, I got to be the hero to tell everyone like, hey, subway service is back. Let's go in. And some people were like, oh, You're joking. You're trolling me. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at the service alert. Anyways. Yeah, so this happened today when I was out just recording. I just noped out of that. All right, well, I do not want to be riding in or near a big crowd. Yeah, Laura, that's what I heard. Apparently, like, hot tubs are just bad news, especially if you've had like addiction problems before, if you already have like a compromised cardiovascular system. Like there's stories of like super duper healthy people going into the hot tub with like a beer and not making it out. Like, I don't know, scary things those can be. Well, he grew up in a concrete world. What he needs is more green. Oh, a kid raised in the city. Have an e-bike or e-scooter? Do I ever? I am looking at 3 e-scooters right now. Now I am looking at 2 e-bikes, and there's like more over there. How to avoid a dangerous battery fire. I store them in decent conditions, and I don't know. I'm not going to read that. We're just going to roll the dice. The Don Valley is on fire, figuratively. And that picture has been through Lightroom, physically. Winners is now hiring police officers to guard some of their stores. We're in a very, very sad state of affairs when rather than pay some like near minimum wage security person who is just a deterrent at most and can't and won't do anything, they're willing to pay $90 to like $120 an hour for an actual police officer. So guess where this cost comes from? This comes from us. We're paying for this because they have to pay for it. They're going to bump their prices up. All because lowlives are stealing clothes from winners. What sad. First look, Italy expands its Canadian footprint with the second location at Sherway Gardens. Oh, that has got to be like ridiculously expensive rent. Anthony says Shoppers is locking up $20 cologne. They've always locked up like the expensive razor blade replacements. A lot of mice in a small apartment. Tenant shares photos of daily life in Toronto in public housing. Yikes. Come on, city. Get on that. Toronto could face millions of dollars in sunk costs if waterfront LRT isn't funded. City staff say, yeah, I think they built the entire like project going up there is built with the idea that the waterfront LRT will run there, or streetcars. Hello, Fran Hutchinson. Good evening. Shoplifting in Toronto stores is getting out of control, but what can be done? I don't know. Retailers just spending way too much money to pass the costs on to us. I mean, I'm sympathetic to people in need, but if you're going to steal from Walmart. I don't know. Streetcar service returns to Toronto Street after almost 3 years. Where is this? Oh, traveling from Roncesvalles to the Queensway will be made a whole lot easier very soon. Officially reserving the 501 Queen streetcar west of Roncesvalles to the Humber Loop. So it's not going to the Long Branch Loop, it's only going to the Humber Loop? They're only like... 501 replacement buses will continue to operate both ways between Long Branch Loop and Humber Loop. So it's going like slightly further out. Oh man. That sucks. Alejandro says very low score. 7-0, but it's only the first quarter. It's only the first quarter. Not from tonight, but still thought you'd like it. Looks like another Lightroom special to me. Toronto police to increase presence as large-scale demonstrations expected this weekend. Cyclist rushed to hospital following collision at Etobicoke. Doug Ford government open to taking over Gardner DVP to help fix Toronto's finances, say, and help pad the pockets of their friends, because that's all they're good for. Charity fills low-cost therapy gap for students in downtown Yonge East. I think we've run out of headlines on the Toronto subreddit. Best sushi on Uber Eats. Monkey Sushi. It's the cheapest sushi. Chris Mill says the only store I regularly go into these days is Costco. You know, one thing I really like about the iPhone, are the notification sounds. They're just so pleasing. They do have that edge over the Android system. They just sound better to me. I don't know, maybe because we all hear the same noises so much on TV and in movies and stuff. Dolly rentals downtown. Now we're hitting the real questions. How to find a part-time job in Toronto. Sadly, the job market is not good. This is like my new favorite Toronto subreddit. Oh, by the way, Bulk Barn coming to Midtown Toronto. Brandon N says Costco has good hot dogs. I heard when I walked by the IKEA the other day, some people were referencing that the Costco hot dogs have sort of replaced the IKEA hot dogs in their lives. And we're still at we're at 213 viewers. Thank you guys. Cheers to you for this half-assed, unplanned Halloween. Here, let's get back into the Halloween spirit here. Let's do a little more big head, just for Halloween's sake. Now I should be able to put like a synthesizer or like compressor on the audio and like speak weirdly. Brent says, even if you get a whole pizza from Costco, it's like $12. I ordered a pizza last night. It's in the fridge. Awesome parking job. What is this? There's no way someone parked like that. Come on. What? Like, you're like 10 feet too forward. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you park like that? You know, I need to get high, and we need to use this as my webcam. Let's do that. Next Sunday, let's go into the edibles and get a little high, and we'll get the big head going on. Oh, we already saw this one. Is this legal, or is it just the most BMW move to black out your blinkers? That looks like a super assaholic thing to do. Good night, Jeanette. All right, we're going to get Big Head off of here. But last time, the iPhone froze when I did it. And this time, the iPhone froze when I did it. Why do you make the iPhone freeze whenever I try to make my head not so big? Should have learned my lesson the last time. But I'm a stupid idiot. Jellybean, happy Halloween. Please turn off the big head. Is that what it takes to get some extra super chats? I just have to annoy people. Thank you, Jellybean. Thank you for the $5. I have turned off the big head. Thank you so much. But knowing that this coaxes super chats out of you, there may be, I'm feeling the itch to go back to Big Head very soon. Should I go back to Big Head? How many more of them $5 super chats you got in ya? Because I got a lot more big heads than me. Just kidding. Thank you, Jellybean. Gabriel says, yeah, it might just be the app, but the iPhone freezes whenever I try to like turn those effects off. I think it might be the NVIDIA. I'm using the NVIDIA encoder and not the CPU encoder, and I think that might have something to do with it. Gertej Bauer, 99 cents. Thank you, Gertej. Cheers to you, Gertej, longtime viewer. Arnold Schwarzenegger, super fan and Terminator watcher, Gertej Bauer. Naughty Brown says your head is nice, whatever the size. Even when it's all like warped and goopy or goofy, I don't know. Goopy, that's probably not the right word. Dumbass on Dundas. What? Like, when you see something like this, you just hope it's like someone having
Happy
like
Halloween,
a seizure or medical
Jack
episode.
O'Lantern, please turn off the big head.
Because nobody like driving should ever find themselves in this situation. Ever, right? Like, you don't want to hope someone has a medical episode, but you hope that like this just wasn't somebody who is legally allowed to drive doing this on their own. Because like, what are you doing? Everyone makes mistakes, but that is egregious. This one says surprise. Do we have audio on this one? Can we make this one big? What? Okay, so is this red car turning right? Is this red car turning right? Let's see. I didn't see the blinker going. But either way, look where this guy is and look at where we are. He clearly had sightlines on this lane. Yeah, if this car is just chilling here, he has two decisions. One, stay back and wait for this to be cleared, or nudge out and be careful. He nudged out, obviously. If you're there a long time, I think a lot of people will do that. But then he just decided, nah, I'm just going to go for it. If this car was going with a good head of steam, he would have been nailed, and it would have been his fault. Brandon says that motorcycle almost got hit. I don't know, Justin. Bill Chow says Costco bargain $150 for an extra long all beef hot dog plus a choice of pop with unlimited refill. I really like those refills at IKEA though. Girlfriend was nearly hit while walking. Don Mills and O'Connor. Brampton bumper cars. Yikes. What the? How does this happen on this road? There's a car upside down? What are we? Yeah, Mike, I think that's what happened too. Like, this is not a highway. 9 cars. This is understandable if we're on a highway. One idiot can cause this, but you're supposed to be following a safe enough distance that if something happens in front of you, you can stop. And then the car before you should stop. But when you follow too close, you end up swerving and doing stupid shit and rear-ending people. And when people are following you too close, that happens. And then 9 cars are involved. It should be 2 cars max, right? Wow, that is like a whole bunch of shitty drivers right there. She had the most confused look ever? What is this? What are you doing? Now you're reversing? Now you're still... What are you doing? Glenn says... Here's what you do in this situation. Oh, she's doing... She made it straight? Now we're turning... Why are you braking? How do you... Alright. If you're ever in this situation, whoops, I need to turn left. It's too late. I'm too forward. There's cars here. You know what you do? You go straight and you find a way to legally turn around and you come back and you go that way. You don't do this nonsense. You do not do this nonsense. I don't even drive that often. And we've all been there. We've all been like, shit, I'm going to have to turn back. I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. This reminds me of a Family Guy skit. What are you doing? Oh, you gotta love the BMW on BMW, justice. What? No, you don't, you're turning into the same lane that has traffic. You don't have right of way. Oh. Barbara says, can I drive? What kind of question is that, Barbara? Johnny Strides driving. Driving Toronto downtown to Midtown, January 8th. Live. I did this snowstorm live stream. We drove all the way to Toronto in a pretty bad snowstorm. It looks like the camera is definitely pointed too high here. Remember this? When I did this, I turned off the screen, so I couldn't see chats. I couldn't see anything. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was just me sitting there talking. The one I did with Action Kid though, that one got 27,000 views. The one I did with Action Kid where my phone overheated and he had to come in and save the day. This one got 18,000 views. voila, was that in your rental? Yeah, I've had a lot of rentals. Brandon, I think that was 2 years ago. Come on, say something. Say something. All right, we should be live. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, October 4th, 2:07 p.m., and it's about 15 or 16 degrees Celsius. Hello, Andy Wood. Hello, Strides and Action Kid. Have fun at the falls. Stop in at Niagara-on-the-Lake. Yes, hey. I am joined by the one and only Action Kid. We have rented this super luxury car. Wesley is back. Put the camera on myself. So we just recorded a video riding through downtown. That'll be on my channel. I think Action Kid might do some driving videos coming up later. And we are on, what street are we on, Action Kid?
This is Lady Bank Road here in...
Lady Bank Road?
So, I'm going to be driving. So, as you know, it's kind of dangerous to read your...
Anyways, yeah, this happened. We did that. Let's see what's going on in BlogTO. Are you going to make a new account about driving? Asked Wesley. No, anything I do, I've got 2 channels, Stumbles and Strides. I have no plans for a third. I can't even make content for this channel. I don't know how I'm going to do both of them. Jonathan says, rich people who aren't assholes drive Volvo, Subaru, or Tesla. I've seen plenty of asshole Tesla drivers. BMW and the like are overcompensating for something. Yeah, let's not discriminate, but BMW, Mercedes, they're kind of like douchebag magnets or bad driver magnets. 10 neighborhoods in Toronto to trick or treat on Halloween. I might go out in Halloween and do a video. The beaches. Lawrence Park. I live near Lawrence Park. I could just do this. Lawrence Park offers a special setting for your Halloween night with rolling hills, winding roads, and lush surroundings, creating an ideal spot for trick-or-treating. This neighborhood is known for its tight-knit community and local Young Lawrence Village BIA-hosted events. Cabbagetown. Maybe we'll do Cabbagetown. I did a live stream in Cabbagetown last year, either on Halloween or right before Halloween. Young SC says, your skin is glowing. Do you have a face skin routine? It's called... setting up the camera correctly, but I put something called like snail mucin on my face. I got that as like a gift for some reason, and like I ran out of moisturizer, so I've been using that, but when it runs out I'll go back to like moisturizer. But yeah, anything you see here is a combination of the lighting and my webcam settings. If you saw the video at the start, howdy. That's what I looked like earlier today. I am testing out with the DJI camera setup that I did not tinker as with. That is just straight out of the camera. I have not adjusted what I really look like. The green screen settings. Let me go into filters, turn off chroma key. That. There's how I look. It's almost like I'm using a beauty filter, right? It's almost like I'm using a beauty filter. Claudia says it's all about the lighting, but that was the same lighting as this. There's also a lot of settings that you can do to like dial things in and stuff. And this is one of the reasons why I'm like dialing in the colors now on my walking videos to look better and manually color grading them. Coming soon to a walking video near you. Chris Mill says snail. Yeah, don't ask. Don't ask. The Pocket, Leaside. I'm not too far from Leaside. The Kingsway. That is far away. Dufferin Grove, Rosedale, Roncesvalles Village, South Hill. They didn't mention... I kind of want to go back to that neighborhood I went to earlier, but maybe we'll just do Cabbagetown. I haven't done Cabbagetown in a while, and that's a cool neighborhood for trick-or-treating. I don't know, maybe I'll just start at Castle Frank and like walk down. 10 reasons why you should buy a home on Toronto's west side instead of the east side. Buy a home? If you're in the like 2% of the population that could actually afford a home, yeah, I'm sure that's a great article, but like, could that be any more irrelevant? Do I look like a rich foreign investor who wants to run an Airbnb enterprise or rent to international students? No. So why would I even be in the market for buying a home? What's funny is I made way less money a long time ago, and I could have bought a home in the city. I would have got approval. Could have walked into a bank. Maybe I wouldn't have got the best rate, but I could have bought a home. Now, several years later, do a little better. No chance in hell of buying a home. Thank you. That's basically our real estate market in a nutshell. And if you're wondering how long ago that was, I would say like 2005, 2006. Toronto restaurant has permanently closed less than a year after opening. Most restaurants permanently close less than a year after opening. Fun fact. The 1211 drew inspiration from its address on 1211 Bloor Street and served up no-frills menu that highlighted Korean, Mexican, and Canadian flavors. Sorry to see that happen, but that's the sad reality for most restaurants. Massive 3-tower condo and hotel complex to rise above future TTC station. Naughty says you should have kept a job and done this on the side. Then I would have like a boss and responsibilities, and I wouldn't be going as far away and as often as I do. Although I haven't been away in a while. Speaking of which, I gotta get my ass on a plane. Hacks a Mix says Ontario Line Station. Jennifer Gallet says YouTube is a full-time job. Yeah, being a daily YouTuber is like, there's two kinds of YouTubers. Those that are like slow and steady, but they are working their ass off in between uploads, like every 2 weeks. But up until that one upload, they've worked 50 hours a day for those 2 weeks. And then there's people like me that just like grind it out every single day and do stuff and get stuff up to the channel. But there's no way around it. You cannot. There's very few YouTubers that are like able to sustain themselves and they don't have to work very often. Like if you get to that stage, I would probably just keep working more and make more stuff. But if you get to that stage, congratulations. Everyone I know who does this full time like works longer than a full-time job. The Yonge and Steeles area isn't waiting for shovels to hit the ground for the new Yonge North subway extension to get a jump on vertical growth. Oh, so this is up near Yonge and Steeles. Centerpoint Mall is going to come down and turn into a bunch of condos. And I have a feeling that subway extension has a lot to do with it. They really need to build that intermediate stop north of Finch, south of Steeles. I hope they build it. I know Reese on RM Transit was against that stop, but I think it's really necessary. And Brandon says some say that YouTube is an easy job. There's maybe a few YouTubers that like literally just turn on the camera and like talk and turn it off and hit upload, and that's all they do. So yeah, if you're one of them, it's easy, but for most of us, no, it's not. Jonathan says you work for Google, basically. Maybe. How come you're not a millionaire like Mr. Beast? You grind more videos than him. Yeah, let's compare me to like the Jeff Bezos of YouTubers. The top 5 hotels in Brampton. Why do I not care? I don't care about that. Indigo just opened its Store of the Future in Toronto, and here's what it's like. Oh, I think Ken Continuum. I didn't know this Indigo was like different or special, but I think Ken did a video on that. Free walking tour relaunches in Toronto. This feels like competition for me. Witchwood Barnes Park. Ever wanted a free personal walking tour of the city? Have you heard of my channel? It's kind of what I do. Although the tour part, there's someone calling me like a fake tour guide in one of my recent videos. I wanted to get to the comments, but I don't think we're going to do that tonight. Anthony says it would suck if Centerpoint would turn into condos. I think it's going to. I think a better solution is build a few parking garages and turn the street, like all the parking lots along Yonge Street and Steeles, fill those in, but keep the mall. The mall's kind of cool. The community depends on it. I don't know. A new relaunch of the program will not involve the City of Toronto, but instead a collaboration with International Greeters Association. The initiative includes walking tours with a local volunteer for people traveling to the city Why am I reading it like this? Or residents trying to learn more about their home. Greeters will show visitors the best of Toronto, but also take them off the beaten path. That's my attempt at being a shitty 90s radio DJ. That's neat. That's neat. Seriously, go do that. Go like walk in person and socialize. And it's such an awesome way to see the city. This restaurant does Taiwanese breakfast and night market snacks. That's neat. Okay, we've already seen these. We are through. Do you want to do like a personality test or two, or city guesser? Let's throw up a poll. What do you guys want to do? Test or city guesser? I'll throw up a third option here. Alexa, remind me, poll in 1 minute. Jonathan says GeoGuessr. I don't like GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr is static. We're just going to sit here and wait. Mike T says, why would I want to socialize with strangers? I don't know them. Because you know that in like 2 hours, you don't have to socialize with them anymore. Jonathan says city guesser. Mark says test you pick. Chris Mill says please no. Well, there's only like, I mean, we're probably going to end this soon. I voted for Johnny to bust out a move, says Murph. I didn't say I would be dancing. I'm going to make you dance, maybe. As I look at all my cameras, not all my cameras, some of my cameras just chilling on the desk. Did you find Joe Rogan's commentating annoying for UFC? He's definitely slipped. He used to be way better. Alexa, shut up. All right. She has shut her yap. 22% voted test. 48% voted city guesser. 29% voted guess. All right. The first person to tell me where we're looking is where we're going. Worldwide, USA, Europe, monuments, Canada, Russia, UK, France, Asia. The first person to type it is what we're doing. John says stop buying cameras and you can buy a house. No. Jeff says Canada. Canada wins. All right, guys, you can stop typing. Marie Palmer says Asia. Oh, don't do F11 because it like zooms in. I don't want to get Freet. This is... Oh, come on. Give me something like not so bloody easy, would you? Give me something not so bloody easy. I don't know, somewhere around here. Oh, I was way off, but 2 miles out. That's still pretty good. I just didn't feel like narrowing it in on St. Catherine. This building here should be a dead giveaway, right? There's got to be not many buildings like that. Shit's Nouveau Bagel McCafe. I think we're back in... We're back in Montreal again? Structube. Where are we? Who can tell me where we are? Are we back in Montreal? If I press F11... Oh, there. Yeah, it does that thing where it zooms in randomly. Tony Young says Quebec. Quebec City? Marcus says Montreal. This looks like Montreal to me. Boo. Come on, city guesser. I'm going to guess like down here. Within 1 mile. They should just call this Montreal guesser. Hey, look at these bike lanes. Sweet. Hamilton, turn right. Where are we? Who can put this? Mark S says Quebec. Mainland Street left. Hamilton Street right. Oh, I can't see the name on that taxi. I don't think Smith Street. We're not in. Brandon N says Calgary. Is Laura here? I think she's from Alberta. She might know. Harjot says Hamilton. This seems like Billy T says Vancouver. Sheena says Montreal. It can't be Vancouver. Graham says Vancouver. Ian says Edmonton. Glenn. So many people are saying Vancouver. So many people are leading me into Vancouver. The city without... I got it within a mile! Yay. All right. All right. Good fucking luck on this one, people. Pardon my French. We are 3 for 3. Where are we now? I see a bunch of ducks. I see a white dog. Where is this? Jonathan says Vancouver. Mark S says Toronto. This don't look like Toronto to me. Oh, we got some clues coming up here. Beacon Hill. Where is Beacon Hill Park? Vancouver. This looks familiar. I'm pretty sure this is Vancouver. Isn't it like kind of over here somewhere? Oh, it's Victoria. 58 miles away. Victoria. We were close. Oh my God. This might even be my video. No, this is way too like bouncy and shaky. This is a Ken Continuum video. Just kidding. Mike T says that, yeah, I think that last video looked familiar, but even though we'd seen it, it was not like as familiar as you would think. Yonge Street. Spot on within a mile. If I didn't know exactly where that was right away, I would be an imposter. All right, this already looks like Quebec. Oh, New Balance. This actually has East Coast vibes. This feels like Halifax? Bedford Regency Hotel? Earls? Where are we? And why is the horizontal axis of this camera like tilted? Dude, get yourself out of FPV mode. Learn how to use your gimbal recorder. Anthony says Halifax. That was my initial instinct, was Halifax. Where's Novell Costs when you need them? Novell Costs. You need your own like bat signal to put up. Jelly Bean says Victoria. Jonathan, oh, some Victoria votes coming in. It's definitely got like a coast feeling to it. You know what, Jelly Bean? You sent me a super chat earlier today. And you're going to send me another one if it's not Vancouver or Victoria. Not bad. Well done, Miss Bean. Well done. Cafe Crepe. So there's a very good chance that we are but that's a Shoppers Drug Mart. So I don't think we're in Quebec. That would say some bullshit if we were in Quebec, right? Gasba something. Anthony says Montreal. Jonathan says Vancouver. Is that because of the rain? There's some kind of club up there. Dunsmuir Street. Glenn says Vancouver. The Keg. Tony. Okay, we got to go Vancouver on this. Everyone's saying Vancouver. If this is not Vancouver, I'm just going to turn the stream off, and this is the end of it. Good night, everyone. All right, it's Vancouver. Epic Nation HD. Liam, what's up? Oh, we just missed. Oh, this is Winnipeg. You know how I know it's Winnipeg? Because the bus actually said Winnipeg on it. We are 1 mile out. That was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Cannoli Queen is here. Hello, Cannoli Queen. What is this motion blur going on? This is a janky ass video. Looks like it's filmed in 24 frames per second with a dollar store gimbal. But what are we looking at here? Sorry, fellow walking YouTuber, for insulting you. What are we looking at? Smith E. Smythe? Jonathan says Edmonton. Smythe Street. Look at all these Vancouver votes rolling in. You know the street signs that does match the Vancouver street signs we saw earlier. I'm not going to try to pinpoint where in Vancouver. We're just going to drop that there. Only 2 miles out. This is very Five Guys winners. The Village, Payless Shoes, Nordstrom. This kind of has coast vibes to it as well. Is this Halifax? Are we in Halifax? Granville Street. I think we're in Vancouver. That looks like a Vancouver sign. Jonathan guessing Edmonton again. Sammy Wu says this is Boston. What does that bus say? What does that bus? Come on, write the damn name of your city on the bus. Pacific Center. Any Pacific Center. Vancouver. A new campus. I didn't look at this. All right. Why is Vancouver dominating this game? There's like within 1 mile. All right. I'm just about done with this This looks more like more Vancouver buses here. This looks like more Vancouver buses. We're just going Vancouver here. Like, what's even the point of this game? Just call it everything is Vancouver. Watch. I'm pretty sure we already saw this video. I don't care. Vancouver. Let me guess. Victoria? Let me guess. Last one. Last Canadian one. Everything's in English. There's a Dollarama. Not much in the way of high rises. Ooh. Doesn't look a lot of snow. We're finally out of the West Coast. Jonathan says Edmonton. He says Edmonton for everything. Sheena says Calgary. We're going out with a bang. Mark says do another city guess, or maybe next week we'll get a little high. Alex says Guelph. Glenn says Winnipeg. Brandon says Calgary. Ottawa. This doesn't look very Ottawa to me. Romero says Barrie. Rideau. Oh. All right, guys, you got to deal with Big Head for the rest of the stream here. Sorry about that, but I got no choice but to be Big Head. But I want to thank everyone for it. Can I get the mic in front of me if I back up? But then it doesn't sound as good. So we're just gonna let the mic like kind of stick into my face here. PGH says this doesn't look very Ottawa, and it turns out to be Ottawa. I'm gonna thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the support sent by those who sent support. I want to thank our mods for their good work. I'll be premiering a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST on the Johnny Strides channel. I just don't know what video. Might be the night video. Ooh, it might be the scooter video I recorded today. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Probably the night video. Yeah, let's get that night video over with. But anyways, thank you guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Halloween. Liam says goodbye. Goodbye. We're going to end the stream. I'm going to hit the magic end stream button. Thank you to our CEO, Vivian Johnson. I pay her with Peak Friends when she's good. Stale, no-name brand Milkbone when she's bad. Just kidding, Vivian. You always get the peak frames. You know I do. Anyways, thank you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you hopefully next Sunday with some edibles, maybe. Yoink.